So we are back, and I'm going to talk about one last thing while we're waiting for our meal to prepare. Where everything's cooking, we've got our leeks on, we've got our quinoa cooking, and while we're waiting for that, we're going to saute our vegetables last so that they can be just right for our plate of quinoa. But I really wanted to talk about cauliflower and broccoli. With cauliflower, you don't want to overcook it. You just want to saute it in a nice heat. And the same with the broccoli. You know, most of us are used to steamed broccoli, but you know, broccoli, you can do a lot of different things with it, and one of them is to saute it. It turns very vibrant green. That lets me know that I've unlocked the nutrients, and that those nutrients are right there ready for me to take on in my body. But now, both of these have good sources of vitamin A, K, and vitamin C. Your cauliflower has 90% of your daily value of vitamin C, and it has a good source of vitamin K in it. Let's see. Now, with your broccoli, your vitamin A and your vitamin K and folate. That folate, it just keeps coming up, popping right back up, popping right back up. So, again, the foods are our medicine. You know you're getting some good nutrients from these foods, and all you have to do is incorporate them in your body in a way that will allow for your body to take the nutrients from them. Now, vitamin K, the cauliflower has a good source of potassium, which when we talked about that in the other segment that we did on why do we eat, that potassium is a good muscle support in the body. So you want to incorporate these things. The fiber content, always, anytime you have fiber, you're talking about colon health, and that's going to always be a good thing, because as long as you've got that roughage going through, brushing away that old bacteria from your colon wall, you're in good shape. Then the other thing that we want to talk about is with the cauliflower and the broccoli, they're good digestive support because, again, of the fiber. And oxidation effect on cells, which means that it's going to support that, and it's going to keep those cells oxidated so that they don't just kind of shrivel up and die around us, which of course is why some of the cancers we have are, you know, multiplying in our body. The cauliflower is a good preventative vegetable to use for bladder cancers, breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate, and ovarian cancers. Again, you know, these nutrients and these vitamins, in these vegetables, they're there for a reason, okay? We don't necessarily have to know the full reason that they're there, but when you're talking about your fiber content, potassium for muscle support, your B vitamins for your energy, yeah, there's a reason for that. You know, our cell structures is what supply the body and the organs with their nutrients. So if the organs don't have the proper nutrients, they're not going to function properly. Then externally and internally, you're not going to function properly, you're not going to feel well. I was saying in our other segment on Why Do We Eat that I kind of gauge my foods by how they make me feel once I've eaten them. And I'm not talking about whether I'm full and feeling too full that I can't take another bite. That has to do with your satiation and your satiety levels. No, I'm talking about the way the food makes you feel mood-wise. You know, do you feel a sense of contentment after you've eaten? You know, if your food makes you feel that way, then you're eating good foods. You're eating foods that have good properties to them. Okay? So keep that in mind. The color of the food as well. You know, we're talking about this vibrant green on our broccoli. You know, you eat cauliflower. Some people say white doesn't have any nutrients in it. But in this case, we're going to make an exception for the cauliflower. You got your orange for your carrots, you know. Orange, that just has to do with pigmentation all in and of itself. The Ridicchio with this vibrant burgundy colors on its leaves, you know. So the colors of the foods have a lot to do with that. You're green. You know, there's a saying in the world of vegetables that where there's green, there's oxygen, okay? and then there's some truth to that as well. And then, of course, we have, I didn't get to speak much about these, but our tomatoes. And these are Roma tomatoes, or plum tomatoes as they're called. Now, they're actually good for making sauces, and they're also good for your salads. But, you know, they have the lycopene. And that is, in and of itself, is a heart healthy nutrient that you're going to find in tomatoes specifically. Okay? So I can't say enough about getting tomatoes in your diet as well. We're actually going to do a whole segment on these spices, but I just want to display them. You know, the black pepper, cayenne pepper, the circulation. The black pepper is going to do it reducing inflammation in the body. Same thing with your cumin and your curry. You know, again, we're going to do a whole segment on these spices and what their nutritional properties is. When you get into your spices, a lot of times you start talking about medicinal properties, okay? So we're going to get some of our experts in the area of medicinal herbs to come in and talk to us about these spices and how they're used in the body for healing purposes. But all food is healing. But last but not least, we're definitely going to talk about my friend, and it should become yours too, the magnificent walnut. This is your source of omega-3 fatty acids for your heart. So get these, put them on your countertop, eat you 2 or 3, 4, 5 at the most. 5 of them will give you your daily requirement for your fat and your nut requirement for the day. So incorporate the walnuts. They're brain food. And I wonder why that is. Would it have something to do with those fats that are in the body? The brain needs that fat in order for it to continue to function the way it does in the body. So get yourself some walnuts. A half a cup of walnuts a day or every other day is good. It does have a high amount of fat in it. So if you're eating walnuts on a regular basis, you also want to be moving around, you know, walking, jogging, bicycling, doing something that's burning that good fat in your body. Okay? And let's see. It's a good source of protein. Your walnuts, that half a cup that I spoke about, has about 15.25% or grams of protein per 100 grams of walnuts, which is about that half a cup. It's high in vitamin E, which means that it's going to help heal and repair cells. That's what vitamin E does in the body, okay? It's said that people with type 2 diabetes would do good to put that into their diet. Again, it's going to help with that inflammation, all right? It's going to help keep the blood composition at a level that is healthy for the body. And when, you know, with people with type 2 diabetes, they have an issue with insulin and insulin in the blood. So again, all of these foods deal with nourishing the blood. You nourish the blood goes and it supplies the nourishment to the other organs in the body. Voila, your organs are healthy, you're healthy, and all is well in the world. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to chop up our cauliflower, and we're going to get our sauteing going on because I think our quinoa is just about done. And then we're going to pull out our nice leek stock and have us a nice warm bowl of leeks alongside some quinoa and these wonderful sauteed